Hi, this is Colleen. This is my second YouTube video of my journey of having a total hysterectomy. I had made one other video titled Hysterectomy Part 1. However, it's not showing up. I'm not sure if it's because I put Part 1 on there, but I will put a link below this video so you guys can watch that. And that video basically is what I had taken to the hospital. So, with that being said, I will share with you what I had used out of my hospital bag. Besides a change of clothes, this is the only thing I used. Okay. And I used it the day that I left the hospital. So, that's just me. Just wanted to share. Out of everything I packed, that was the only thing I used. So, before I went into surgery, my surgery was set for 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. So I was able to, I had to cut off all solid foods at midnight, which I was fine with. But I was allowed to drink until 8:30 a.m. So that consisted of having Jello, chicken broth, Gatorade, soda, coffee, no cream or anything like that, tea. Now, I did eat some Jello because I figured that would kind of fill me up because, I still had some time. I believe I drank between 60 and 80 ounces of water, but that was through the night. I was waking up through the night and drinking water just to make sure I was hydrated. So by the time I went into surgery, I was hungry, not thirsty. So I guess you kind of have to pick one or the other. I would pick be hungry than thirsty. Also, another thing, if you are like me, codeine makes me nauseous if I don't eat, and I knew I wasn't probably going to be eating a whole lot. So they gave me one of those patches, the seasick patch, like if you would go out on a boat or driving long distance or something like that. That really helped. So if I didn't eat, I wasn't going to vomit, which you know how that is after vomiting after surgery. It's not a good thing. So after I had my hysterectomy, which I believe lasted about 45 minutes, I was told it was going to last an hour and a half, but it ended up going faster. I went into recovery. There were 2 stages of recovery. The first one, I went in. I'm not sure if I had the tube still in. I probably not, but I'm not sure. But I know they try to sort of get you to come around and stuff like that. After 30 minutes there, I went into my second stage of recovery, and that's where my husband was, and my mom was there. Which at that point in time, you're only allowed 2 people, which I really did not want more than 2 people in there. You're just so tired and drained. So that worked out perfect. After my mom left, my kids came up and brought me dinner, which consisted of soup and salad. I had a couple bites of my salad and a couple of spoonfuls of my soup. They also brought me some roses. They're gorgeous. That really helped. So, just anything sort of in your stomach is what they want you to do. I also had a catheter, which I'm not sure if you can walk with the catheter, but as soon as my kids left and I was able to sort of get my bearings, I was ready to walk. So she had taken out the catheter, and I had a little bit of trouble getting out of bed just because your muscles are so tight and it just hurts. So, of course, they pull your legs over and stand you up, and you're kind of dizzy, but just kind of have to get through it. So My husband and my nurse helped me walk around, I would say at least 500 feet. That was the first time. And it was a struggle, but I was so glad I did it. So I went back. At this point in time, you're able to go to the restroom. So when you're walking around and you have all this fluid in you, the next thing you need to do is go to the restroom. I was able to do it by myself. There's a bar there. Obviously, I still had an IV in, so she hooks it up, but no problem with nobody needed to help me. I felt okay. My legs were stable enough, and so I was good to go there. So lay back down. I believe I walked 3 more times after that, the same route. I just probably walked a little bit faster. Another thing that I had mentioned, I hate to go back and forth, but on my first video, this was a outpatient facility, not inpatient. So I wasn't sure if I had a bathroom in my room. There was a bathroom across the hall, which I was really, really grateful for, since I wasn't going to have a bathroom in my room. But lucky enough, I had a bathroom in my room. It was a shared bathroom, but with it being a outpatient facility, nobody was there. So I had the bathroom to myself. And I would say out of 20 beds, there were maybe 4 that were occupied. So it was like a ghost town. I mean, you could hear a pin drop, basically. So after that, okay, so every 4 hours, my nurse would come in and give me pain meds. So about 2, and I was alternating between the codeine and I think Dilaudid. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, my pain was somewhat under control, where I was sleeping, So she had told me, she said, look, if you're asleep when I come in to give you your pain medicine, I'm not waking you up. So if I come in and you're asleep and you wake up, you're going to have to let me know, which was fine with me because I wanted to sleep. However, every 4 hours she was coming in to do my vitals, which I was thankful for. So while she was doing the vitals, she said, do you need pain medicine? And yeah, number one, I wanted to stay on top of it because I knew if I was to get out of hand with it, I would just have to catch up and it would just be that much more worse. So about 7 o'clock, my doctor came in and released me. It took about an hour for the paperwork to get, for them to do the paperwork. So about 8 o'clock, I was already ready to be released. My husband got me up about 6 and told me to get dressed. I told him, are you crazy? I am tired. He said, no, you need to get up, you need to get dressed. So my doctor was pretty surprised that I was dressed by the time he came in there. So we left and then go back. So the day before, when my kids came in to bring me dinner, I gave them my prescription to drop off at this pharmacy on the way home, so I didn't have to wait. Because, it can take, if you're on pain medicine every 4 hours, and I lived over an hour away from the hospital, and my last pain med was at 6, I think, you need that medicine. So we picked that up and we went home. And I believe I made the mistake of sleeping too much because I slept pretty much the rest of the day. When you're in the hospital and they're waking you up every 4 hours, it's, you're just really not getting that sleep. You're just so tired, especially with the medication. So I slept most of the day on Thursday. I really didn't walk. I came out, I had, my husband had made me dinner. I'd taken a few bites of that. But I tried to sit up and have conversation, but it didn't last long. So I went back to bed. However, I was able to take a shower that night, so that made me feel better. The worst day was Friday, so that's 2 days post-op for me. I was so swollen and sore that nothing was helping. Nothing was helping. So I just pretty much laid with my heating pad, and I took my pain meds as prescribed. So it was in between the narcotic, whatever, the pain med, I was taking ibuprofen. So Saturday I got up and I felt really good. So I just stuck with ibuprofen. I quit with the pain meds. Ibuprofen did it for me, that and my heating pad. So on Sunday, I really screwed up. I overdid it. I woke up and I felt like I did not even have surgery. And that wasn't good. So I ended up unloading the dishwasher, doing laundry, walking more than I probably should have, picking up the house, just doing different chores, just thinking that I was doing the right thing, but in the end, it ended up costing me. So Monday morning, I get up and I have a hard time getting out of bed. So I knew that I had done something wrong. So pretty much what I did, I set myself back between Friday and Saturday. So now I'm back on the pain meds. So I think at 1:30, I held out till 1:30. I thought, okay, let me just see how the morning goes. I held out to 1:30, took 2 pain meds, slept, just laid around and kicking myself for not following doctor's orders. So I learned from that. Now, today is Tuesday, so I'm 6 days post-op. I feel really, really good. I went out for a little bit with my husband. That's been the first time. We had to go run an errand. We were gone for we live in the country, so it takes an hour to get anywhere. So we were probably gone for an hour, hour and a half, but I sat in the car. It was nice just to get out. So I'm hoping not to make that mistake that I did on Sunday. So okay, so now is the conclusion of my hysterectomy. I feel like, so this is day 6. Okay, so I have another week and a day before I can drive. I go back in 3 weeks for my post-op, and I'm hoping he will lift the restriction of what I can lift. Right now, I can lift a gallon of milk. So I'm sure I surpassed that on Sunday. But things that I did before my surgery, I did a lot of research. I tried to change, eat the right foods, lean proteins, leafy vegetables, no processed food, which I try to stay away from anyway. I also try to really focus on getting in shape. I run anyway, but I don't really lift weights much, so I try to incorporate lifting weights just to get some strength. So those are 2 things that I tried to do before my surgery, just because I knew that the healthier I was going in, the faster I was going to recover from my surgery. Also, too, when I found out I was having my surgery, I TiVo'd everything that I love. So I'm pretty sure I watched everything twice. So get some stuff that will keep you busy. If you're like me and you have a hard time sitting still, and even I love watching TV, but even that, you're up and down, doing this, doing that. So I bought this, it's actually Christmas is in a week. So I bought this to keep me busy. And books, crossword puzzles, movies, anything you could think of just to keep down. And, you're going to have a burst of energy, and You're going to want to walk around and do that stuff. Just kind of monitor and, you know, take it each day as it comes. So if you have any questions on, you know, this video, please comment below. And if you are getting ready to have a hysterectomy, I hope that this video helps you. So I think that's all for now. And oh, one more thing too, pants. I bought 3 pair of pants before I had my surgery. I bought 2 with drawstring and 1 elastic. The one that I wear the most is just the elastic. It's almost like, sort of like a yoga pant, but looser. It's like a fleece material. The second one I wear is the tie, but it has a fold down. So that tie isn't cutting you off in the abdomen. The third pair, it's not going to work until like my swelling goes down. If I wear my robe, I tie it around my upper abdomen because it just, I mean, if you've had kids, it's sort of like that. It's just, it just sort of hurts down there. So that's my advice for you. I hope that, like I said, I hope you get something out of this video. If you are going through this, it's not the end of the world. Just try to, you know, follow the doctor's orders. Go in with a positive attitude. That really helps. So thank you very much for watching. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.